Happy New Year, guys! It's the very first step-by-step Saturday video of 2023. Today I'm going to create a tracker spread, and I've taken inspiration from a spread that was posted by one of our lovely VIPs inside the Bullet Journal Squad group on Facebook. So this spread was inspired by Michelle. Thank you, Michelle, for the inspiration. And what I'm using is our 10 centimetre month initial stencils just to draw a J onto the page. As I said, it is going to be a tracker rather than just a cover page. I suggest that you do this part in pencil first of all, and I've done this prior to filming, but I'm just dividing the J up into 31 segments, one for every day of the month. I did just do this randomly, just into chunks, triangular or other random shaped chunks. You can do stripes across or whatever you feel, but I quite like the random mosaic effect that this will create once I colour it in. So I'm drawing the lines in. As always, I'm using my Pigma Micron 04, which is my fine liner of choice when I'm setting up my journal. I am just taking my time with this just to make sure that I follow the pencil lines. I am using a ruler to make sure it's nice and straight, and I'm using a ruler that was included in our 12 days of planning for last year. So creating all of these segments, and then what will happen is, with the habit that I'm tracking, each one of the segments will be coloured in slightly differently. I'm going to use the black pen and different patterns so that I get like a monochrome effect on this spread. But you could use different colours, you could use different patterns, you could use different textures, whatever you feel really. You could use it to track something like the weather where you have a different colour meaning different things. Or you could just do a habit tracker that is, did I do the habit, yes or no? Colour in for yes, don't colour for no. I'm going to use it as a mood tracker, and I'm going to use stripy lines. The closer the lines are together, the better the mood I was in that day. The further they are apart, the worse mood. So if I coloured it in black, that means that I was in a really, really good mood that day. So I'm just going through and dividing up the space. I've decided to leave this video in real time, so bear with while I get these bits done. Whilst we're watching me divide this up, I thought I would just double check with you guys whether there's anything that you want me to create step-by-step videos for, or types of spreads that you'd like to see create in either the Plan With Me's or in our YouTube videos. If there are, then pop them in the comments below or as a reply to our step-by-step Saturday email. If you're not signed up for our newsletters, make sure you do that now. You can do that at www.oopsadaisyuk.com/newsletter, and we will send out a email every Saturday with a step-by-step guide on how to use one of our stencils or how to set up a journal spread. Something different every week for you to see. This is just the first of those videos. You can see the ones that we created last year if you go into our YouTube back catalogue, and I like to add in the stencils that I've used into the description. So if you have a particular stencil and you want to see if we've got any videos that work for that, you can search the stencil identification code, which you'll find on our website. So I'm just finishing dividing up the shape into 31 sections. Here we go. And I really like how this has turned out. I think it looks very mosaic-like. I'll give you a closer look there. And the next thing I'm going to do is add a tab, because I am going to use this as a cover page for the start of the month. So I'm going to grab a sticker out of my sticker folder. I've got all of my Up to Date stickers divided up into a hybrid folder just to make them easier to find what I'm looking for. So this is the 2023 tabs, and as you can see, I'm using the monochrome one just to go with the design of the spread. We do have rainbow as well, but monochrome worked better for this. And I just pop it on the side of the page, lining up the edge of the sticker with the edge of the page, and then fold over the tab so that I have a little tab to find the beginning of January in my journal. There we go. So I'm going to give you a closer look at that tab here. What I'm going to do now is demonstrate to you what this tracker will look like once I filled it in. I did create this part way into the month, so I had a few days to catch up, so I'm just going to do those now. So as I said before, the pattern within each segment will relate to my mood that day. So when the lines are really tight together, when I'm in a bad mood or an anxious mood, and then, the lines really tight together means a good mood. So coloured in fully black will mean I'm in a really, really good mood. And the lines further apart means that I was stressed or anxious or tired. So I'll be able to kind of track how the month went. I also think it looks really nice once you've got all of those together. I mean, obviously, you're in a good mood every day throughout the month, you're just going to end up with a black letter, which is totally fine. But so you might want to use a different pattern in that case if you feel like you're going to be super happy all the way through the month. But I'm just filling in each of those days now to catch up to where I am in the month. I am just freehanding the stripes. I'm not using a ruler for them or anything, and they're quite small segments, so I think that works perfectly fine, really. And what you'll get at the end is like a really nice pattern. You don't actually have to use this as a habit tracker. You could just use this as a style of colouring the letter in, a kind of Zentangles effect letter as a cover page for the month, and that would work perfectly fine as well. It's just really simple, and all I needed was one stencil to draw the J, and I've done the rest just adding it in by hand, winging it really. As I say, I did draw those segments out in pencil first just to make sure that I had 31 segments and it was kind of spaced relatively evenly so that there weren't massive shapes at the top of the J and like tiny segments at the bottom. But other than that, it was all pretty straightforward. I hope you've liked this tracker setup. It's something a bit different. As I say, I did take inspiration from Michelle inside the Bullet Journal Squad group, who's one of our Upstazy VIPs. So thank you to Michelle for the inspiration. I absolutely love it. Let's have a closer look. And as I said before, if there's anything that you want to see us create a video for, drop it in the comments. Make sure you hit follow now so that you see every time we upload a video, and make sure you're signed up to our newsletter. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.